Taylor, just because you're in here doesn't mean we get to talk to you for the next 5 minutes. Hello, Bouncy. Hello, Taylor. Welcome to the stream. Like the stream if you all haven't already. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Tier 5. It is officially time to start after a 20-minute delay, but we are here. Let's go ahead and get into the track we're racing today. Track is the Hungaroring. It's the Hungarian Grand Prix today for Tier 5 for Season 10. For Moose Racing League. It's going to be the Hungaroring. Y'all love it. It's 2.7 miles, 14 turns. As always, one of the better tracks on our calendar. And I personally really love this track. Secondly, It's gonna be your commentators. What's up, everybody? It's me, D Master OG, and we have Dreams over here. How you doing, Dreams?
I am doing great. How is everyone? And how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm ready to see these guys fight the cars and fight their way through this field, because this is gonna be a very fun race. There's always overtaking here, even though it's a tight, dangerous track. But we're in qualifying, and we're ready to get in here. Are you ready, Dreams?
Yeah, I'm ready. I've been waiting all week. I think this is going to be a pretty good race for Tier 5. I'm guessing some crazy things are going to happen. That's just going to leave me
It's
sitting here. Yeah,
It's just how it is with tier 5, isn't it? It's just we're expecting the chaos, so we're gonna get the chaos.
yeah. We're expecting the chaos, but then there's still going to be something that just leaves us confused.
I mean, does make enough sense, doesn't it? It's just tier
Yeah,
5.
just Tier 5.
It's
Yeah, I
just
mean,
tier
I
5
think,
things.
yeah, just,
Honestly, I love this tier so much just because of how great the racing is, but how chaotic it can be at times can also just spice up so much of the race.
yeah. And I think we have our first driver out, Moo Bouncy. I think he's made it a habit of being the first one out. Yeah, and he's been quick recently. I think he had a couple front row starts from what I can remember off the top of my head. I know he had that one in Canada. But yeah, I think he's had a pretty good season so far. I don't think the, the races haven't been great, but yeah, he's got that pole. Or he doesn't have any poles, but he's got a few front row starts, and he came second last week.
Yeah, coming in second is a very, very good deal, especially in this grid where you have a bunch of really fast people. You got Nicky G, who's really fast, but he's prone to bit once or twice in the race. You got people like Toast, who's really fast on his day. If he can get a good lap in qualifying, he'll be up there. And Jim Just Raged is absolutely dominating so far. Hasn't gone off the podium, I'm pretty sure. Is that right, Dreams? I don't think
That
he's gone
is
off the
correct.
podium.
I'm
Um,
looking at. There's been some races where it's like I don't know how he's on the podium
yeah, literally
or how
last
he ended
time.
up there.
Last time out, it was
31
insane.
points through 5 races. He's 31 points in the lead, which is absolutely nuts.
Jesus, that is insane. I'm not gonna say he's the fastest man in this tier, but he's definitely the most consistent, and he's definitely deserving of the lead that he has right now. 30 points ahead of the next person. He could sit out for a race, as we have Bouncy sitting out over those first turn curbs, nearly invalidating his lap. Um, Jim can probably sit out this race and still be in the lead comfortably, and he just needs to keep his performance up, getting in the top 10 and keeping some points. And he only has to defend for how many more rounds? 4? This is round 6. It's pretty good.
More rounds, including this one. So
Right.
I mean, he can genuinely just finish like P6 probably the rest of the season and be fine.
Exactly. So he's
Um,
just hoping for some decent, consistent points.
yeah. Apologies to Bouncy. He did have a pole in Monaco. I just couldn't see it because he DNF'd, so the little asterisk above it was super tiny.
Oh, rip. The asterisk. I agree with Bouncy though. This is a very love-hate relationship. Hungary plus racing. It's such a good track
Yeah.
though.
I wonder what the times will be here. I don't. I didn't see tiers. Excuse me. I didn't see tier 6, so I don't really know what the pace is looking like. 16.8. I think that should be pretty okay. I didn't. Yeah, pretty good. I think.
That is pretty decent. Your gain just went to 100, by the way. That was surprising. It looks
Hmm?
like Toast is coming across the line now, 18-8 for his first banker, as it looks like we got
That's
Midnight crossing the line to start his lap.
18.8 is like really slow.
Yeah, that's not pretty fast. We got
No,
17-8
I mean
from Nikki G on mediums.
on mediums.
And
Yeah.
then 18-2 from Dutchy behind. And Jayden did an 18-0. So all of this current times are slower than our pole time from tier 6. But actually Benzo just did a 200 slower than his teammate, Bouncy. So Alpine 1-2 right now with 16-8. I don't think that's necessarily quick, because I think tier Tier 6 did a 16.3 for pole, which is absolutely insane. Um, yeah,
No, it's
that's
definitely not like what we
top
see in
pace.
this tier sometimes, where there's
Yeah.
that some people will just throw in some random like tier 3 worthy times.
Yeah, that's what we
But I mean,
expect from tier 5 at this point.
16.8 seems pretty good.
It is pretty good.
Consi-
3 people are in the
Considering the rest of
16.8s.
the grid so far. We do have some news with drivers. Angry Shadow is a new addition to that McLaren seat. Had a pretty good reserve debut last week. No, sorry, not yesterday. I think he had an incident there, which kind of threw him out of that contention for the top spots of the grid. But he had a
Wow.
solid race.
Wow, Nicky just did a 16.9 on mediums. So he's half a tenth off of P1 on a harder tire. Sorry to cut you off there, but
No,
jeez.
you're good.
Okay. Angry Shadow last time out was in the McLaren, right?
Reserved in the McLaren, which is funny.
Yeah.
And caught the attention of Mr. Giants. So
Well,
we'll see how he does in his
full
first
time.
drive as a full-time driver. There we go. I'm
Uh,
excited for it.
I'm very excited to see what he's able to do, as we have a couple more people now putting in their times midnight, splitting the gap between the 16 runners and the 17 runners. He's doing a 17.5 right in the middle of that 16.9 to 17.8 gap. That's a huge gap for being
Yeah,
one
it's huge.
position.
That's kind of massive, which is weird. Nikki's only a tenth, not even a tenth off. Pole on medium, so yeah. I
Yep.
think we can all probably lock in a Nikki pole.
Nikki Pole. We should
Yeah, this
make
is a
that
very
an emote.
Nikki pole, but Nikki not being in the top 5.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the prediction. Jim's gonna qualify like P15 and just get third somehow. I don't think Jim's gonna qualify P15, but he would still finish third.
Yeah, he could go from the back of the grid. Wouldn't be too surprised today. As we have a bunch of people just coming in slowly. Jim Just Rage going out. And he actually just finished his lap to 17.0. So he put it right in front of his teammate. But someone who did a faster lap was Jake Laser. Did a 16.5.3. Great lap from the Alpha Tauri driver. As we have Great Ace putting at P6. And then Bouncy starting his lap. Jake Laser did 3 tenths faster than anybody else. That was 3 tenths on 4 people actually, including Nikki G. And then we have just about half a tenth gap to Great Ace. And then I'd say 8/800ths down to Jim Just Rage, and then 4 tenths to the next car, which is his own teammate Midnight. The top 6 are pretty close. Top 7 are decently close, and then everybody else is just about a second up. We have Zosa starting their lap, and John does work as well. Jim is now going to be the next person crossing the line. He's going to be finishing his lap. No, he's not. He's going to come into the pit, so he's not finishing a lap. That is going to be the end of everyone who's out on an out lap. Or, sorry, who's not on a lap. Jayton currently in P10 starting a lap, as well as actually Bouncy crosses the line for his final lap, or his second lap. He goes provisional pole by 2/100ths of a second with a 16.50, not a 15. Great laps from these guys. 16.5 is more of what I expected. Um, it's a lot more up to lost 2 tenths Bouncy. Rough. Because we actually have John Doe's work putting it right up there with a 16.7. Great lap from him. Only 2 tenths off Bouncy. As Bouncy said in chat that he's lost 2 tenths, so he could do a 16.3. Maybe even a 16.2.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
I mean, put it in the chat is always something to put a target on your back.
Yeah.
It's gonna do it, and then It's gonna look really bad if he doesn't find at least 2/10.
It is not
But
gonna look pretty.
it's so hard as a driver. You're like, oh yeah, I did a pretty good lap, and then you're like, I had so much time, but then yeah,
You can't
it's
find
just
it.
gonna look yeah, that's just gonna look bad if you just don't find it. But I think he'll find it.
Yeah, Bouncy's
I mean,
pretty
he's out
good.
again, or yeah,
He's already in the pits. He's gonna have one more run,
yep.
and we still don't know anything about weather. This could rain, because I know Hungary's not a client, not opposed to having a little bit of weather changes. As actually we had Toast set a purple first sector, just riding on board with him now. Um, Looks like he had a pretty decent first sector. If he can find 2 seconds, that would mean he's probably right on contention for pole or at least top 5.
And Nikki is gonna be
Crossing.
starting his lap here.
He's a second up. Toast is a
Huh?
second up on his lap. Is he going to be able to finish out? He's only
Yeah,
at an
how much
18.
time he has?
He's
He
only
had
at
to have
an
made a
18,
mistake
so
here.
yeah.
Yeah.
Must have. Coming across the last corner now. That's a great exit out of the last corner. No squirreling. He's going to come across the line. It's going to be a 17-4. It's not going to be enough for top 5, but it is enough for top 10. Just barely in front of Omarmo by about 5 hundredths of a second.
I mean, Jim is still not Jim. Toast is still really far off. He's 9/10 of a second
Yeah.
is a lot, and Nikki is moving now. I think we're gonna get a new pole. Ooh, we just hung on there. 3/10 up through the second sector through Nick for Nikki, excuse me. And the soft tires are so much better than the mediums for this slow speed final sector. All the grip, all the lateral grip that it's gonna give you, and the traction on exits through the penultimate corner. That was fantastic. Final corner, third gear, upshift the fourth quickly, get the traction down, power, fantastic. 16-1. Yep.
Oof. Yeah, there you go.
There we
Four
go.
tenths from the next person.
That's a good lap.
That's a Nikki G lap.
It's a Nikki G lap.
Midnight.
Jake is, yep. Jake gonna build on that 16.5 banker, which is again an incredible banker for tier 5. And
I
he's 2/10 up to the first sector.
honestly, I don't know how these guys are getting such good bankers, because in tier 4, I can barely hit a 16.5. So these guys are doing really, really good. Maybe I'm just slow today. But Jake is actually really, really hooked on this, at least through that chicane, using a
Yeah,
lot of
looks
that
good.
curb. We're going to see a second sector time now. He's going to need at least 3/10 through here, and he does find 3/10. He's going to have to find 2 more to get that pole position and probably keep it from Bouncy, who's also about to be starting a lap here soon. Jim is also in that conversation for pole if he can find a couple more tenths. I'm really, really
Yeah,
surprised
Jim
about that.
just Jim just improved, and we're gonna see Jake lays at the final corner. Great exit again.
Wow.
Up to the line, get a little bit on the grass. Loses a bit of time.
16.27. Not enough.
Lost some time.
Not enough. That is the more important
I-
part.
Is Bouncy doing like 4 runs? Why is he out already?
I don't know. He may be out on old tires. Just go again.
True. Oh, he might be on old tires. He did say he has 2/10s, so we'll see. I mean, I'm a little confused. He should have enough time. I
No,
don't know
he's
if he
on new
does.
tires. He
Yeah.
is on new tires. Okay.
I mean, I guess
Sure.
if he's
I
got
mean,
easy 2/10s, might as well.
send it. Let's
Maybe
see
his
what
teammate can
Bounce is
give
going
him
to
a
be
little
able to do.
slipstream down to turn 2. Nope.
He'll probably get it for the main straight. For this one down
A little
here.
bit of a wiggle through on the exit of turn 1.
He's already off.
Um,
He's already off.
yeah,
He's
fair
already
enough.
gotten out of the throttle. And he's already cooling down for the next lap. I don't think Jake is going to do another run. No, he's not. He's coming into the pits, at least on those set of tires. We have Midnight now. He's probably going to come into the pits. He doesn't have any more fuel. So we have Normbash and Great Ace on outlaps. Nornbash seating position to Great Ace. I think Bouncy has just enough fuel to do another run.
Laps of fuel.
Yeah, he has 1.5. Oh, he spun it.
You just spin it and
Yep.
cool down. Okay.
I caught that, Bouncy. Don't act like that didn't happen. Now he's gonna be starting his last lap, nearly invalidated it on the curb. Let's see what Bouncy's gonna be able to do. Not a great start for him, but it's gonna be a better lap than it was the start of it. Getting a
Yep, goes a
little bit
little
on the
bit wide.
curb.
You don't really want to do that. One thing I haven't noticed in Tier 5 that I might give a few couple tenths to some people here, you really can get on the curbs and they'll rotate your car. It's kind of tricky to do, but like turn 4, turn... Ooh, invalidates.
Invalidated. Ah, feels bad.
Oh, there it goes again.
Alright. Said someone left the session. Do we actually have Nikki G? I think he's starting another lap now. He's going to be coming across the first sector line just about even with his first time, so that's good. He's not lost anything. And Midnight has retired from the session in the pits. His qualifying's done. His best is going to be a 17-0. As Bouncy comes into the pits, he's not going to have enough time to do another run, so I think that's his qualifying over. Jake Laser is starting his outlap now. We have a bunch of people just coming across, trying to do the best lap. Great Ace is going to come across the line now, doing a 22.4. He's going to start another lap, trying to improve a little bit more than that. Normbash is going to improve. He's just about improved into P6 with an 18.0. Great stuff from him to end his qualifying. Nathan's probably going to start another lap because he did not improve on his previous. Hogs starting his first lap now, and Nikki G guessing he's gonna do another lap since he did not improve.
Was down 2 seconds through the second sector there. Guessing he made a mistake. I didn't catch it. Yeah, he charged up through the third sector. He should have enough battery to get through a lap without getting underneath that 10% mark. Yeah, let's see who's through the first split. He is 300s up or down, or yeah, he didn't break enough. That was pretty obvious. Okay, yeah. So Nikki's on provisional pole. Jake Laser might be your last one to cross the line. I think Great Ace will cross the line. Maybe Terms. Terms should.
Toast
It'll be tight.
Cross the line to start a new line. Jake Laser has come out. I think Nathan would be the last person.
Nathan's on a lap right now, so yeah. So
wow, he took that last corner very wide. Nearly gets an invalidation. He goes, second up!
quicker.
He did a 16.7. Great lap from him. What a performance, putting him P7.
I think we gotta get on to Jake Laser, competing for pole position here. About 800, so it's gonna be 3 tenths down through the first sector.
He's not on the good right now, is what you mean.
No, not good. He's got to have a magical second sector and final sector to, he only needs to improve 800. So he needs to find 4 tenths through these 2 sectors. They're fantastic through the chicane. Get the nose in for the first corner. Stick it in for the second. He gets great traction on the exit. That was fantastic. He's going to get on this curb and keep it flat out. Doesn't really need to lift on that corner, but he's going to be, he found 1.5 tenths to that second sector.
He needs to find that again. Come on.
He needs to find 2 tenths here. 2.5 tenths.
Is he going to be able to find that? He goes a little bit wide onto that curb.
Yep. Get the nose in.
That's good exit. That's going to be close. He's going to come across the line, do a 16.3. It's not an improvement. He was fighting back for that time. He just couldn't find it. Terms comes across the line. Gets an improvement of P10, 16.7, 6.9. Barely misses out on getting John work by a thousandth.
Yeah,
Great.
I mean, hey, Jake Laser had a fantastic second and third sector.
Yeah, he
That was
improved by a tenth and a half in each sector. A tenth and a bit.
yeah. I
Oh,
mean, I think he was 3.5 tenths down through the first sector. He was only a tenth and a half down through the second. So he found
yeah,
and then he almost 400th down through the third. So I mean,
nuts.
if he only lost a tenth in the first sector, he would have taken pole by 2 tenths.
Yeah, that mistake costed him pole. Unfortunate for him, but that's just how qualifying goes. And now we're just waiting for Grady's to finish in the pits, and we'll round out this qualifying session, and we'll tell you all the drivers list one more time. What a
Yeah, and
quali!
this actually might be pretty good for Bouncy. Bouncy didn't put in a final lap, didn't find those 2 tenths that he said he lost. But he
It
starts
wouldn't have been
P3, and
enough. It wouldn't have been enough anyways. So
P3 is absolutely, I think, the best spot to start on this track because you get
yeah,
a massive slipstream down to the first corner.
that run
Um,
down to turn one is so long since the start line is so
yeah,
early. I'm
it is
gonna
one of the worst places to start on pole.
Yeah,
Is
it's
Hungary.
this and Mexico. I'm gonna run down the top 10 real quick. It's gonna be Nikki G starting on pole, Jake Laser starting beside him, Bouncy and Great Ace in 3 and 4, Jim Just Rage in 5, Benzo in P6, Toast in P7, Nathan WS in P8, John Does Work in P9, and Terms in P10. So, how many constructors is that? Eight? Eight constructors in the top 10?
Yeah.
I think I only saw two teammates there. That's pretty impressive. We do not talk about Bouncy's 2 tenths.
Those 2 tenths are lost, but they will never be forgotten.
It's full wet.
Oh my
It is
god.
full wet for the race. Nobody
Maybe that's
told
why we
us.
had some. Yeah, maybe that's why we had some slower times.
Maybe that's why they just completely ran every tire they had.
That is true. Wet Hungary's not terrible. I had a
It's already
lead this
max
year pretty
downforce.
easily. Yeah, I mean you can kind of get away with running a normal setup.
Yeah,
Not fun, but yeah, I see Inters in the garage
I
for
do
Red
too, but
Bull.
I think it's wet. I think it's gonna be full wet. At least for the
It's gonna be
start.
tough.
Because you can see the puddles in the pit lane. That normally means it's pretty damp. Who do you think is going to have a good shot at winning here? We got Nikki G on pole. Not a great spot, but Jake Lasers in P2 beside him. This run down to turn one is going to be so crucial since it is the first and basically only DRS straight that you're going to have. Um, you're not going to get DRS, but it's the only one that you're going to get slipstream for, as the pack is going to absolutely open up as soon as turn one goes. Um, Hungary
I'm
2021.
saying Jim.
Let's see it.
Saying Jim. Yeah, that's what I was literally about to say. I think we're gonna see that.
Alrighty.
I think Bouncy's gonna just
We got
take out.
4, 5 red lights, and off they go. And everyone has
Inters.
actually gone very well. It is Inter's condition,
Not
and there's
Nikki.
already crash. There's a big crash behind, and it's a virtual safety car. There's a Mercedes spun around, and it looks like Jake Glazer has taken the lead of the race with Bouncy in P2. Great Ace looks to be holding P3. Jim Just Rage holding P4. They're not swapping around right now. Benzo in P5. Nikki G has had a horrible start. P6 already down in turn 1. P7 is Toast. P8 is Nathan. P9 is Terms. And John Does Work is P10. They haven't moved too far. They've actually, I think, gone down one position to Terms.
Yeah.
Bad start from Nikki G. Amazing start from everybody else. Just gaining one position. And Jatton, who had the incident there at the start of the race, he'd lost 5 positions, so he's now at the back. It is going to be a full safety car already on turn 1, not even turn 1.
Yeah. Yeah.
Made sense.
Don't know why or what happened there. I know Nikki. I was watching Nikki from pole. He had a terrible start. and he had a moment, and then he tried to correct the moment, and then he just had to hit the brakes. So I'm guessing it was just like a Constantina effect, and people had to like brake behind him, and yeah, I don't know what caused
Oh
that.
my goodness. Dutch Raven is going way off the track, rejoins pretty safely. Homer staying behind. All three of them don't have front
Have
wings.
no wing. See
Yeah,
how does
doesn't look.
anyone in the chat? Anyone want to tell us if it's going to be rain the whole race?
I think it may be. This rain does not look to be stopping. It looks a lot wetter than it actually must feel. So it looks really wet, at least from my perspective.
It does look really wet. It might just be the inters are. They might put him on inters because it's drying up though.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's drying up. Bouncy stuff's going to dry up. So that's probably why they put him on inters, because you just don't want to make a pit stop.
Yeah,
But
four
it's
people
probably
comes into the pits.
Mark's probably telling them it's inters and wets are very similar in pace. It's probably what they're
Yeah,
saying.
yeah. I believe it. Well, we have the two Williams in the race have gone into the pits, both for wing changes. Doesn't really matter since we are under safety car. It's saying around lap 20, or the pit window for doing a two-stop on inters is lap 17 to 26. So about 20 laps for inter tires to be effective, let's say. After 20 laps, I feel like they're on the drop-off.
Yes, I think some people may try and stretch these to the soft tires, sort of the mediums, whenever it gets dry.
Well,
But I don't think it'd be quicker.
yeah, I think it's actually helping them that we're gonna have a couple of safety cars in that regards.
Yeah.
Because the
I'm
more
guessing
time,
that's probably saying
yeah,
20 to 15 minutes.
yeah, I'm guessing it. But yeah,
So
this is only helping the inter people who want to run it until it dries.
yeah, I don't think it's smart to run them straight to the dries, because I think
Your pace
anytime
is
you
gonna
can,
be
yeah, the inners drop off a whole lot, and fresh inners are absolutely outrageous compared to worn inners. It's nuts how much faster they are. So I think we'll see a lot of pits, maybe some undercuts, maybe some people staying out late, some defense. I think we'll have a good race. And
yeah.
just Tier 5 always has rain, so
Well, it's not tier money, but it's giving tier money energy right now because it's just producing the greatness.
yeah. I think we'll see some of the controller players if we have any. I don't know who's on controller or wheel. I think we could see them have good races too, because controller is really nice in the wet. How is
Dutchy
Dutch Ravens?
is not enjoying life right now.
Does he have rear wing damage or something? How is he 50 seconds behind them?
He has to have either rear wing damage or his rear tires are just so overheated that he just can't turn.
But how would he get overheated?
Because he's spinning so much.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. This is
Content.
something. I think he's just putting too much gas into it.
I think his tires are just ballooned. Yeah.
No, he's got to have rear wing damage.
He's got to have at least worn tires, because if it was a slight slide, it wouldn't, like, do that. If he just calls it quits, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not going to lie to you.
He's got to have rear wing damage. There's no way he's just spinning.
He's retiring. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, 100% he had rear wing damage.
Have a great rest of your night, Dutch. Another week of Tier 5, another week to see Dream's haircut. Sheesh!
Man, my haircut's fading away, man. I haven't had a haircut like that.
Safety car is in this lap, and Jake Laser leads us from Bouncy and Great Ace. It is time to get this race back underway and see what we're going to have to do. It looks like Dutchy retired in the pit, so he's not going to have, we're not going to have a car on track, so we are good in that department. As we have the safety car coming into the pit lane now, Jake Laser is leading them away, holding about, I'd say not a consistent speed, but just about consistent enough to consider it. And I think he's going to be going right about now. He's gone already. He's put down the power, and he's already 6 tenths, 7 tenths, and 4 tenths back from the guys behind him. He's got a great restart. Bouncy has had a great restart coming closer, but I think he may have used a little bit of battery for that one.
Yeah, Dutchy said he had big rear diffuser damage, so yeah,
Yeah,
just like we guessed, something was wrong. You don't see someone spinning 50 seconds behind a safety car.
not very
So,
often.
yeah, feel bad for him. And the Merc pit.
Oh my
Okay.
goodness. We are 2 by 2 on the last four positions. Oh,
Oh,
and
that's
Zoso
gonna
is
be
in the
another safety car.
wall. Yes, it is.
Yep.
It is a virtual safety
VSC.
car.
We
I
are.
think
I think we've had two VSCs now and a safety car. We might run out of safety cars by lap 10.
this would be actually pretty perfect for me, because that would get us through this a lot quicker.
Yeah.
And the other
Way
Williams is
quicker.
in the wall, murdered by Angry Shadow. I don't know if I'd say murdered by Angry Shadow, but definitely looked like it.
Yeah, it looked like it.
Looked like Angry gave him a little bit of a love tap, and he just had a spin. Nothing Zoso could have done there. And everyone's staying pretty calm so far. As I said, the gaps were going to open very quickly, and they did. And this is now going to become probably a strategy race more than a on-track race. Because we have Jake Laser faking to go into the pits. As I was talking about strategy.
It's, VSC is still going. It's been a really long VSC. I think it's probably ending here because they're going pretty fast. Yep, someone was deploying
There
battery.
we
You don't want
go.
to catch it. Oof. I think Jake Laser got a bit lucky there, not catching it before the
Oh,
braking zone.
side by side, 2 turns in. Nathan, 2 turns, takes the position off Nathan,
And
gets it
Toast and
done.
Nikki. Side by side down to turn 2. Nikki's got the position. He's going to go defensive. Close the door. Toast not able to look for the move there. Yeah, terms of Nathan. Nathan's on the battery mid corner and flat and through turn 4. That is not where you want to be on the battery, my friend. Yeah, a lot of people going off turn 4. I think we'll see that. I think we'll see some time penalties here because in the
I
wet
believe
it's
it.
much more difficult.
I think.
Oh,
Oh man, I think someone just
bouncy.
cut the chicane.
Yep, bouncy probably went deep, locked the tires, or just broke too late.
I saw him go straight on, just barely looking forward at Great Aces. Looks like he's having a little bit more of a struggle than Jake Laser as he's wheeling that car. Jake Laser looks a lot more planted at this stage of the race. Great Ace in third position right now. Great pace from him. Jim Just Rage trying to stick on with Great Ace behind. Jim currently in P4, fighting Great Ace for P3 as he's already lost 2 seconds to the front two. So Jake Laser and Bouncy have already pulled out 2 seconds within probably a lap, you'd say, a lap and a bit of no safety car. 32-1 for the race leaders. It will get broken here. Think Jim Just Rage going down the inside of Great Ace. Jim Just Rage staying on the inside. Great Ace giving him the space, but Great Ace keeps the position and keeps his car ahead of Jim's for the time being. And I think Great Ace is going to have a lot of challenges defending against Jim because Jim is also having to defend against Benzo, and Benzo is going to be pushing Jim to, if he doesn't make a move, I'm going to. And I love that
Yeah.
sort of racing. If you're not moving forward, you're moving backwards. Pogs is
Pogs out.
retired. Full safety car. Full
It's
safety
number
car
4.
has come out. And Jim Just Rage stays behind Great Ace for the time being. Bouncy stays behind Jake Laser. So that's our two main battles for P1 and P3. Drive through
Oh,
under safety
drive-throughs.
car for Jayton 9 Gruen.
He's having one of the. I think he's a reserve, and I
I do believe so.
I think he's having one of the lesser reserve debuts.
Not ideal. Reserve debut.
Yeah. tires they're all on inters, and they're all
Yeah,
5 laps.
what
They're
what
all
do you see the conditions right now, Sean?
yeah, they're all quote unquote 5 laps old, but there's been
Safety
four
cars
and a
for
half laps
force.
of safety car. Homer and is on 4 lap old. He had incident under the lap 1 start on the edge of the screen. Love to see it. Sorry, Happy. Messed it up. I was just these safety cars make me just want to take a nap.
Dude, it's just so chilling to have
It's
8
like
laps of just
I'm just
nothing
like,
going on.
I was just relaxing. I was just letting. It's gonna be less. You should have asked the weather situation,
Yeah,
not
you
the
should have asked
tire
the
situation.
weather. It's
And
gonna be
also, you just
lightning up.
look up in the chat.
Yeah, that too. I think it's really light now. You can see there's no
Yeah, it's
puddles
super
on
light.
the.
I don't even think it's raining.
It is raining. It
Oh
is.
yeah,
It is. You
I
can
was on the pit
see
lane and it just
nothing.
there was nothing. There was nothing on the pit lane. I switched cars and the rain came back. Oh well.
You,
Sean, shush.
there is no more puddles on track, as you can see. There's just the drier line and the wetter line, and that
That's so
signifies
annoying.
it's just wet conditions, light rain, and then it's gonna dry up later on. I'm disliking the stream.
Disliking this.
Okay, dislike it. It still makes us better.
Sean, I'm getting my next haircut in like 2 weeks. So if you want to send me like $40, that'd be nice.
Same. I need a haircut.
Yeah, I'll make sure he does me right. I'll pull up to the stream just like showing it off.
$40.
Hey man, you get what you pay for, man. You saw the cut.
Is it cut with gold scissors? Yes, it is cut with gold scissors, Sean. My haircut's always with gold scissors.
Okay. Do you guys not understand the prices of things now? $40
Yeah.
for a haircut is not even bad.
That's pretty standard.
That's normal.
That's pretty normal for
That's like
a fade.
normal.
This one,
And for like yeah, I get a taper and like. Sad man, there's no race.
there is no race. That's so funny.
They keep asking me about my haircut. Like, I actually do get a low taper. I actually do get a low taper. There's no race. We've had 8 laps of.
That's yellow. Yeah, I knew that was yellow before he said it.
20. Yeah, but like,
look,
$20 is probably more someplace like.
No, okay, yellow.
It's not a barber shop.
You spend $20 for your haircut. You know why? Because you get your haircut every week. You're retrimming it. You're not cutting your hair. You're just retrimming it.
Yeah, I like. Yeah, I go to a barber shop. It's like a mile and a half, not even a mile down the road. $28.
I spent.
€40.
Yeah, I spent about $40. It's the same thing. I cut it once a
Exactly,
month. Cap. There's no way you're spending $20. And even if you are, you're not getting the same good style of haircut. You gotta go to a barber that understands.
No, my boy Amadou gets me right.
Exactly. You lot are getting scammed.
That low taper fade.
That low taper fade.
Man. All right. Hopefully we can stop talking about.
Yeah.
This is like the most active the chat has ever been. We start talking about prices of haircuts.
The most active I've seen chat all season, and it's for Dreams' haircut. All right, safety car is in. We're gonna move on from the safety. We're gonna move on from the safety car chat.
Happy says I'm not a parking lot. Stop calling me lot.
All right. Serious time.
Okay.
Safety car is in. No
Deep
more
breath.
haircut talk.
I don't post on TikTok. Anyway, deep breaths. Bouncy is right up Jake Laser.
What?
Okay. I didn't say anywhere besides up.
Alright.
Okay.
Alright. Just don't read chat. We don't. Jake Laser is off, and away we go. Bouncy is away.
Fantastic restart.
He got a
great ace.
Oh no, Grady's had a horrible restart. He's letting Jim through, and actually Jim has to let him back by, I think,
What?
Great Ace
is Great Ace
go.
running?
No, I think Jim just had to let him by because he overtook him before the
Oh,
safety
he's
car
going.
line.
Oh, I'd be so
And
upset.
actually, Jim might lose the position on Benzo for that. No, he doesn't. Benzo pulls out. And now Great Ace is a second point five back from the top two. And Bouncy's actually had a horrible restart. He's not had the great close fight with Jake as he's wanted to. He's already lost about 2/10 to him. Great Ace lost about a second and a half to both of them. Trying to keep the position from third place. As we said, it's the third place battle and the first place battle. Jim just Rage trying to defend from Benzo, who tried to get an early move done on him. Nikki G up into P6, or down to P6, and he's
Yeah.
trying to get some positions up.
Um, we've had so many or not. Oh my god, so many safety cars in VSCs that Jake Laser actually just did a purple first sector and a purple second sector
Makes
on a
sense.
safety car restart.
Makes
He's also
sense.
deploying battery through corners, which is a little confusing. Um, but hey, to each their own. And Homer got past Zoso on the restart. Homer did pit for fresh inters, so he's going to have a lot more grip than some of these people. Looking down the inside of Angry Shadow into the penultimate corner, makes Angry go a bit deep, and Omarmo goes a bit deep. Homer going to look up the inside of the final corner, be a dive. No, Jake Glazer goes fastest. Like I said, he was flying on that safety car restart. Jatton going to serve his drive through. And yeah, Homer on the back of Angry Shadow, deploying the battery for the battle for 14th. Angry Shadow also on the battery, going to go down the inside later on the brakes, fresher tires, better grip. He's going to get the move
That's
stuck.
close.
They make a little bit of contact. He's going to get the move. That was a fantastic move. Fantastic utilization of these fresh tires. He's up 2 spots, or 3 spots actually, from that safety car restart.
Great move. Some could look at that and see it as a bump and run because he made some slight contact, but the move was already done. That is just
And I
great
don't,
racing.
yeah, I think Angry Shadow just turned in a little bit more than he needed to. I don't
Yeah,
think it was really
they bumped. I don't think that's considered anything but a racing incident,
I
and
think it's
just
just
racing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Great ace against still not having the pace of this top two, and Jim I think is just frustrated behind. He needs to close up to these, but it's just hard with the wet weather. I mean, speaking of wet, oh my God, Bouncy's off the track.
Bouncy's very far off the track. He's lost 4 positions for that. One more to his teammate. There you go. He's down to P5 right now from P2. Not ideal for him. And he's going to be trying to get past. He gets past his teammate. Benzo letting him back by. Now Benzo is going to have to defend from Nikki G as he's very, very close to his rear end.
Yeah, I mean this whole 4th through what
8th?
14th is all
Oh, yeah.
all within a second, or 13th, excuse me. But yeah, as I was saying before, Bouncy rudely made a mistake. There's no rain.
There is
Yeah.
no rain on the cars now. It is drying.
These cars are boring. Could go back to haircuts. No.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Go back to haircut.
yeah, there's no rain.
Great.
We've had 4 safety cars on VSCs, so the rain was supposed to end like 20 to 26, and now it ended lap 10.
Yeah, makes sense. I think we're still going to have about 4 more laps of wet running.
Yeah, this could also just be F123 and it stays wet. Oh my goodness. It could just stay wet for like 10 more laps for no reason, just because F123 and the weather is just bad. I think we're 1 more VSC or safety car. I think that's it. 'Cause the first one started off as a
Jason is out, and that's a full safety car. We have another full safety car for a lone car that had spun out in Sector 1 after, I think he started his drive-through.
Yeah, can we like officially crown that as one of the like top 5 worst debuts for a reserve?
Yeah, I think we can crown that.
You feel bad for him.
I feel bad for you, Jaden. I know you're in chat. I can see it. I believe it.
I feel bad. Yeah, worst race. It's all right.
TikTok dance.
It just happens. Yeah, it just happens.
Jake is into the pits. Grady stays out. Jim is into the pits. Bouncy's into the pits. Benzo's into the pits. Nikki G stays out. Turns is into the pits. Toast is into the pits. Nathan, John, Normbash, Midnight, and everyone else behind, other than
tires.
No, everyone's in. Everyone's in, other than Great Ace and Nikki G, and it is about to be wet.
Why did Jake just go on hard? Are you gonna try and take those to the end?
I think they're going to the end. This is a great call. 23 laps on mediums and hards. This is gonna be
No, they're
absolute
gonna go medium
chaos.
soft. They're gonna have he's gonna have no grip on the hards, because this track is now nowhere near dry.
Yeah, if it doesn't dry up in the next 2 laps, this is really really bad for Nikki G and Nathan and Omar Monet Grashado, who have all pit for hard tires.
Yeah,
Normbash, Benzo, and Bouncy all pit for new intermediates, which I do not think is the play, but it is going to be a very good key part to going upwards if it stays wet for even 2 laps. These guys are gonna
yeah.
need the grip, and
I
I
don't know
don't
if it's drying or not.
I don't think this is the right play. Getting on the
No,
inters right now, but
I don't think I don't think pitting for new interest was the play. It might work out for Bouncy since he's so high up.
yeah,
Staying out, I don't think is terrible.
I don't think so
I don't
either.
think that's a bad gamble. But
Because there's probably
hard
gonna be another
tires is
safety car if there
hard
is.
tire. We're out. We're out of safety cars. We've had 2 VSCs and 3 safety cars. Yeah,
This
so this
might
is,
be the last safety car.
yeah, I think it is. Unless,
Might be.
yeah, it should be. Yeah, I mean the hards are gonna have the hards. I don't like that call. The hards, I don't think are gonna make it to the end. Quick, they'll make it to the end, but they're not gonna be quick.
Yeah.
And they're gonna have no grip. Yeah, no, it's drying up. Bouncy's in the pits.
Ugh, yeah, Bouncy's in. Benzo's
Yeah, it dried up a
in.
lot.
Yeah, it's dry conditions about to be. It's gonna be whenever they go green. Great Ace and Nikki G still didn't come in.
No, because I don't. Yeah,
I think this
I mean
isn't
they
the
kind of
play.
have to just stick with it.
You have to, but
Okay, it just depends because there's still a lot of spray being kicked up. It might be close. If they have a lap where they're quicker, it could mean the difference
I don't
in
think
them
so.
pitting. Because Bouncy came out 14th, only because Benzo and Norbash pit again.
No more safety cars till the end of the race. So we have
Yeah.
probably the hard runners are gonna go to the end. Um, the mediums will do medium soft, and we'll get the heavy undercut that is going on new tires. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Can we get a driver POV? Let's go on Jake.
I've been looking here. It looks like it's drying up a lot.
Yeah.
F123 is just so unpredictable with how the weather changes. It's honestly
It's
annoying.
pretty dry.
I feel bad.
Yeah.
It's not gradual either. It's one lap and it's different.
Yeah.
Like we saw how wet it was last lap, and now it looks like it hasn't even rained. It's bone dry on the track.
Cars in. Safety car is in this lap. Great Ace is going to lead us from Nikki G and Jake Laser. They are both in front of Jake Laser on old intermediate tires that they started the Grand Prix on. Jake Laser is on new hard tires that he is taking probably to the end of the race. Jim just raced behind, is going to be taking these mediums to a pit lap. But
Great
Janice
pit.
comes into the pits and Nikki G stays out. Nikki G stays out and inherits the lead of the race, and he restarts pretty much instantly. Nikki G now 8/10 in front of Jake Laser, and Jim Just Rage getting a great run on Jake for the time being. Let's run on board with Jake as he's going to try to chase down Nikki G and take the lead of this race. You can look further back for that incident. I think it's going to be Midnight spinning on himself. But you can just see Nikki has no grip in these conditions anymore. It's full dry. It's just a little bit too slick for the cold hard tires. But they're warming up very gradually, and you can see how much more grip Jake Laser has over Nikki G. I think Nikki was just hoping for any safety car as Jake Laser goes down the inside for this left-hander, and now he's around the outside. He has more grip, he is on slick tires, and he makes the move stick. Great move from Jake Laser to get past the interrunner of Nikki G. Nikki G now holding up Jim Just Rage. Jim Just Rage trying to send it down the inside, not using any battery, but he gives him a little bit of a love tap, trying to send it down the inside, but not committing to the move completely. Turns now behind Jim Just Rage, also looking to do the same thing or not have the same thing done to him on toast behind, and Nathan also in that close field. We have two turns. It's probably going to get him moved by Toast here. We have Toast going on the inside. They are side by side going down the main straight as everyone sets the fastest lap of the race. Normbash finishing it out, and Toast goes down the inside of Terms, and he gets the inside for the next corner. Terms is trying to stay around the inside, but he couldn't. Toast has too much speed, and into the braking zone. Toast takes the P3 from two terms, as Jim is inherited P2. Jake Laser has inherited P1, and after all the Great Ace and Nikki G dilemma, Nikki G now in P16 after pitting with Great Ace. Yeah, that strategy just did not work out for them. Jim Just Rage trying to stay on the back of Jake Laser here. They're only about 9/10 separated. Toast trying to stay on the back of Jim, just about the same gap, trying to keep that within a second. Two terms, losing out a little bit as well. They're on that edge of a second, but Nathan is on the back of two terms, even though he's on the harder tires. The harder tires looking to be the better tire at this point, as they are still faster than, or not still faster, but they are still hanging on to the mediums.
Jim has got to get this move done ASAP.
Yeah.
Got to pull the gap. He seems quicker right now on the fresh mediums. Yeah, this move is
Oh
going to be
man,
huge.
21.5 for Jim. He needs this done now. They pulled away from
DRS will
turns.
not be enabled this lap. I mean, it's enabled this lap, but he's not going to get it this lap because the detection point is last lap. So yeah, next lap he has to get the move done. Like, he has to. He's got to build this gap. He's going to be pitting again. It could be mediums or softs. Doesn't matter, really. Yeah, he's got to build this gap, and he's got to do it as soon as possible.
Well, I'm just going to watch these top three as their gaps close a little bit further and further. I think there may be a battle there for, it looks like P6 or P7.
Yep. Homer right on the back of Omarmo. Omarmo already blinking, less than 5% battery.
Jeez.
That's don't know how that's even possible. Oh, Bouncy sent one on Angry Shadow. I think he gave him a bit of space. We'll see if that gets reported. Yeah, Omarmo is slow, and he's using just the most amount of battery I've ever seen. And Homer is looking for a way to get around, but he can't. That's just the Hungaroring. Oh my God, Bouncy's gonna go for it again. No, he's gonna back.
Oh, he nearly did. Bouncy nearly making it down the inside of the Red Bull of Homer. That was really close.
Yep, Jim Just Rage gets a fantastic exit out of the final corner. DRS activated on the DRS button. Jake off. Jim passes. That's a bit of a tongue twister, the two J's. Toast is actually going to look for this move here, too, because he has DRS. Jake will
Look at Jake. He's already on the back of Jim, nearly making that move done if that wasn't a double DRS detection point. That would have been close.
Homer and Bouncy side by side. Bouncy going to hang around the outside. Homer's getting a bit blocked by the slow Marmu. Yeah, I'm just messing everyone's name up today, aren't I? Homer, again, going for this move.
Oh,
Marmo has no battery, so he is just so slow on the straights. He goes wide himself. I don't think Homer pushed him off there.
Nope.
He definitely took a warning. Bouncy on the back push. I think that was a bit of a push.
That was a little bit of a push. Bouncy keeping the position. Nudge. Homer getting on the curb, getting a time penalty for getting on that curb. He may be able to get that taken off if he doesn't get any more penalties or warnings. But that push is definitely going to see the incident reports room. Yeah, my God, Homer had a big slide coming out of that corner. Now he's the Omarmo, and he's getting passed by John Doe's work as he was holding up the pack of, I'd say, 5 cars. We have Angry Shadow sending it down the inside of Homer. Now, given a little bit of contact mid-corner. They both had a counter steer out of it, but Homer keeps P9 for the time being. P10 staying Angry Shadow. Angry Shadow going to try to look up that inside for the next corner as they both have DRS. But Homer has so much less battery, as you were saying earlier. Already very low. Same with Omarmo. Omarmo is still in P7, about half a second up, but not too high on that ERS button. We have side by side with Zoso and Angry Shadow. Angry Shadow getting the inside line for this next corner. Zoso having to pull out of it. Benzo having made the move on Angry Shadow. Getting P10 now. He's behind Homer, but Angry Shadow is trying to defend from Zoso. And that is going to be for P11. And I'm pretty sure that turns into P10 after Homer's penalty.
Yep. One thing that I noticed, Jake is not quick right
No.
now.
Those
Jim has
those
pulled
tires are
a
not good.
Yeah, Jim has pulled a 1.8-second gap already. And Toes is not as quick as Jake, so I think Jim might be running the better setup. Jake might have put on a wet setup because the rain was supposed to go a while into the race.
Right.
So we don't know. It could just be the tires, but Jim has done a good job of building that gap. And now that Jake cannot stay in the DRS, it's going to be hard for him to stay with him. I think
Especially with Toast.
Jim is running a dry setup because he just pulled over a
I
10th on the
agree.
straight and didn't use any battery.
I agree. I think
Oh,
we
Nathan in the grass.
Nathan had a horrible exit out of turn one. He's gonna probably lose. No, he didn't lose any positions from that, but he lost
No,
about 3 seconds to
yeah,
turns.
he had a huge gap to Bouncy behind, but that's gonna put Bouncy, who is on a lap fresher tires and on the faster tires, it'll put him right behind him. I think Bouncy will get into DRS range here this lap, and yeah, like I said, Jim is still pushing 2
Yeah,
seconds out that gap to Jake.
I think that may be
Toast
the
right behind
tires.
Jake.
Let's be real.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
it could be the setup as well, but the tires, the
I think it's
mediums
a
are
mixture of
so
both.
good. Yeah, I agree.
I think the mediums are better for like 13 or 14 laps here, which is perfect because Jim is going to build a gap, hop on the soft tires. He might also just take these to the end. It's also possible that he just can go
Yeah,
to the end on these.
100%.
But he can just also hop on the soft tires and come back. I don't think that's going to be too bad of a strat. The race is in his hands.
Yeah, he can do whatever he really wants, and everyone has to copy him or go opposite to him because he is so fast right now. He's already pulled 2.4 seconds to Jake Laser, and Toast isn't that much faster than Jake. He's only gained about 2/10 on Jake. If it was opposite the other way around, I think Toast may be gaining on Jim just because they're on the same tires. But Jim is just so good at race pace right now. As we had a crash
Full side
further
for
down the
Mama.
field. Yeah, Omarmo and Midnight went down the order. They're 3 wide with
Three.
Zoso for a moment. That would have
Midnight
been
just
very
snuck through
scary.
there.
Whew.
Zosa's going to get on the battery. Ooh, Mama moved a bit late there. I think he's done that a couple times. Mama just ignoring the track. Yeah, that was tight. Midnight just escaped going 3 wide on the exit of turn 2 there. Which lucky he did because that probably would have
Oh,
thrown.
no.
Yeah,
Bounty got a
down.
3 second time penalty. It's not going to really
Pushing too
matter
hard.
right now, but later down the road, if he gets closed down by people like John does work in Benzo, he is going to have some problems.
Yeah, I mean Jim. This field is actually really tight.
Yeah.
If Jim can keep putting that gap, he'd probably come out around P12 right now. But he could, the way his pace is going, he could maybe come out like P8, P9, P7 area. I mean, they're already 12 seconds back, and they're not as fast as him.
Down the inside, Bouncy on Nathan. Bouncy giving a little bit of a tap to Nathan, pushing him off track, but it's necessarily, not necessarily, but it's alternatively all good. Um, they do not have damage, it looks like. Nobody's in the wall, and they're going straight. So, not too much harm done. Other than Bouncy giving back the position after he went off track. Went off track, gave back the position on Nathan, and that is Bouncy in P6 and Nathan in P5 one more time. And I just want to point out, Toast has lost out time to Jake Laser, who has lost out time to Jim. So Jim is pulling away from Toast and Jake. Toast on the same tires. Jake pulling away from Toast on the same tires. I think right now is probably when the crossover is starting between the mediums and the
Yeah,
hards.
it's getting. They're probably really close to being even. I think the mediums are probably better for this lap. And then
Right.
next lap, I'm guessing they're pretty dead even.
Yeah, I'd agree. Just because these tires are now probably wearing 25, 30%,
Yeah,
and that's their
they'll
first
hit the
drop off.
drop off. Yeah, but then when the hards drop off, the hards will be better. But when the mediums drop off, they're a bit evened out. But when by the time the hards drop off, they'll be a better tire because the mediums will drop off even more. And I think Jake has put in a pretty good first sector so far. I gained about a tenth back on Jim. The race isn't completely won yet. Jim, I think, has not built a big enough gap to the entire field. Looks like he come out about P9 now, so it's still not bad on fresh mediums. If you pit now, he might be extending to softs, or he might just go to the end of the race. Both are. He's got a plethora of things he could try here. And I think he's in a good spot for a podium, no matter what he does.
Well, to be fair, a lot of strategies work at this track anyways. Um,
Hmm.
so that just makes this so much more interesting because you could really do any strategy at any point of the race, and it will still do very well. You could do just run hards in the middle of the race, and that'll run well. Because the hards are actually pretty
This,
good, as you can see here. He's gaining a lot of time back to Jake Laser. It's already 1.9 tenths to Jim Just Rage, so Jake has caught up about 4 tenths? 3 tenths? No,
yeah, couple, quite a lot.
Andy said that the gap was 2.9 at the start of the last lap, so about a second already to Jim in about a lapse and a bit time.
Yeah, one thing that could help with Jake is the fact he is on a wet setup. We're guessing his tires will be preserved better. He'll have better
Oh man.
tire wear, excuse me.
Down the inside and goes Nathan. Nathan and Bouncy still going side by side. Nathan now going down the inside for this very sketchy corner. Bouncy keeping the inside, and he's very well off on the outside here. He goes over the curb. I was going to say he was good and he kept the position, but no longer. Nathan now is in 5th position, Bouncy in 6th. John does work, now caught up to these two, and Benzo as well. They have been caught up to Bouncy. As I was saying earlier, this is going to be bad. This penalty is going to be bad for Bouncy if these two catch up, and they have caught up. He is fighting Nathan so hard that the guys behind have caught up, and now they're going to be trying to get in front of him so they don't have to worry about a penalty getting removed and just take that position from them. They are 4 in DRS. The front person, Nathan, does not have DRS, and it looks like if he doesn't get a great exit out of here, he might get taken by 2 people since John is so close to Bouncy. Now, Bouncy is going to
Jim
take the
is. Oh,
position. No, he's not. Oh my god,
oh,
Nathan went super deep into the corner. Bouncy takes the racing line, and he
oh my God, John
takes...
Spawn.
No, John spun! Benzo is now going down the inside. He does not make the move on Nathan. John, having come out the worst in that, he goes down to P13 right now.
Yeah, Jim is.
Oh,
Jim
Nikki
is like.
spun too! Nikki spun too at the same place.
Jim is like incredibly slow now. I don't
Yeah,
know why.
I think he's just preserving tires. Or
Maybe.
they're at the same ERS level, the exact same ERS level. Everyone is, other than Bouncy. It's weird. I didn't expect to see that. Everyone in the
Yeah,
top 4 are on the same ERS level.
Jim. Okay, that is funny. Jim is 1.2 seconds down on his fastest lap already through only 12 laps. It shouldn't be that much of a drop off already. He just doesn't look like he's got any confidence in the car. Nope. He's got understeer. It looks like he's 2 seconds slower than his fastest lap. Yeah, but it should be 2 seconds already. Yeah, this is, I don't know what is going on with Jim. Maybe we'll be able to ask him. Maybe he's got comps. But yeah, he's just been slow. I don't know why. It doesn't look like anything's wrong. It doesn't look like he's got any visual damage. Just no confidence in the car.
Oh my goodness. These guys are fighting like animals. They've already lost 6 seconds. 5th and 6th position are fighting like absolute animals. Bouncy doesn't have batteries. You can see him flashing. They are already 6 seconds behind the top 4. They're fighting like absolute mad lads.
And if they keep fighting like this, they're gonna bring Angry Shadow home, or
Yeah.
yeah, back into the back. Okay, let me see Jim's middle split, because he's just, yeah, I don't know, he's just not going. He's 1.3 seconds down. Jake, I didn't get to see it, but I don't understand why he's so slow. Jake is already back into DRS. What is going on?
I don't understand. Maybe he's coming into the pits soon?
I mean, there's less than 10 laps. He's just not giving himself enough time if he is.
I think he may
And
stay
Jake's got
out.
DRS. Yeah, he's gonna stay out to the end, which is I don't think it's a bad strategy. But where's his pace gone?
Yeah, he needed that pace to continue. I think the tire wear is just affecting him too much.
Yeah, I mean
Andy said it in chat, tire wear is bad.
it is bad. I mean Jake shouldn't be in, like, what is it, 9/10 or something like that. Yeah. They have the fastest lap. It's a 6/10 different. Yeah, I mean Jake is he's in a good spot. I don't think Jim built a big enough gap on the mediums. Didn't get the move done quick enough, and he was behind. It's
Yeah.
always tough to start from behind. Yeah, it's definitely the crossover. They're definitely crossover.
Look
But
at the
he
gap.
lost. He was like 3 seconds ahead of him and lost that in like 3 laps.
Look at this gap. Two. So, from
1 and 2,
P2 to
yeah.
P3, it is 6 seconds. And then from P3 to P4, it is 4 seconds. And then from P4 to P5 is 6 seconds.
James
There's
could pit and would
10
probably come out
seconds.
P5.
Yeah, he could probably pit right now and come out P8?
Yeah, P5 to P8, that gap.
P9?
Nah, I think it's only an 18-second loss.
Yeah, exactly. Like, P8 would be the last place that he would go to.
Yeah, they've
If,
been gaining, but they've been fighting so much that I mean,
yeah, exactly. I'm still on this
it's
fight, by the way.
nuts.
I'm still watching these guys.
Yeah, and Jake didn't get DRS that lap, so maybe Jim was just saving some in the bottle. He's been recharging a lot. With a yellow flag for Zoso and a Midnight.
No. Oh, side by side for Bouncy and Nathan one more time. Nathan around the outside, not getting the move done. Now it turns into the inside. Goes deep into the brakes. Bouncy goes deeper, holding it around the outside. Greatly held from Bouncy, but now they're still side by side, giving a little bit of a squeeze to the curb. Bouncy keeping the position. They're still side by side through this corner. That is not a corner you want to be side by side with. And they are still just fighting it out. They are slamming each other, losing so much time.
Yeah,
Side by
Benzo's just sitting
side
there.
through the chicanes. Guys.
Benzo's just sitting there with like more than double the amount of battery they have combined. It's just waiting.
Yeah. These
He's
guys
gonna
are just
dump.
these guys are just battling each other for no reason.
For absolutely no reason. Nathan, he has a 3-second time penalty.
Yeah.
Why are you using ERS to pass him? You're not gonna gain 7 seconds in 7 laps. I mean, just like sit behind, charge up your battery.
They're doing what to each other?
You did say they were ramming each other.
Look. Not great vocabulary usage there.
It's alright.
We move.
We ignore that. That never happened. What is happening is these two are still battling for absolutely no reason. Just gonna open up the door for Benzo. Marbles on the tires for Nathan. The hard tires.
Oh, down the
Benzo,
inside.
Fresher tires down the inside.
Oh, there's contact.
And Benzo can just sit behind Bounty. They can just make an Alpine wall. No reason to overtake. You have 3 seconds.
John does work, doing the fastest lap in 18.9. Pretty good.
He could definitely gain time, but he's 7.5 seconds behind.
Jeez, these guys are still fighting. Bouncy and Nathan and Benzo are all fighting each other.
Nathan.
Now Nathan going down the inside. For these corners now, hanging at the outside, goes over the curb, staying side by side through the flat corner. Now they're still side by side. What is going on, guys? You cannot go side by side through there.
Like, why? Toast is in.
Toast is into the pits.
Why? Why? There's 6 laps.
There's 6 laps left. Why are we fighting like that?
You're in a championship fight and you're just giving up P3 for. I mean, maybe he gets fastest lap. He's got to overtake.
I don't know.
5 cars.
Well, in 6 laps, he has a lot of work to do.
Yeah, if he pit 7 laps ago on the mediums, he would have been fine. But now he's at P9.
Yeah, and he has to pass this battle. Yeah, he shouldn't have pit there, I don't think. Just keep it on the tires. And if he was going to pit, he should have done it 4 laps ago.
That was... I don't understand. I don't know if he's got an engineer. If he does, fire him.
Fire him
Because what in
for
the Ferrari did he just do?
Ferrari strategy
He's in
101.
P9, 28
I
seconds off the
mean,
leader. He
I
lost.
understand the fact that everyone in front of him is on 50% tires probably, but like it's not going to be enough time.
No, he's got to overtake these dudes. He can't lose any time.
I'm going to ride on board
He's
with him
not
cuz
gonna
he's about to
catch.
catch Homer.
He,
He's already purple. Not
yeah,
surprisingly,
but
of course, but
he's got to die this. He's just sitting behind for.
he
Like,
needs to
look how
go.
much grip he
I guess he's
has.
waiting for DRS.
Yeah, but he's just losing more time. I don't like this strategy call. Look at
What?
that.
Okay. Homer.
And Homer's gonna defend
With
for
no
absolutely no
battery.
reason.
With no battery.
I mean, God, what are we doing here?
I mean, you could just look ahead and just see Bouncy and Nathan still fighting.
Yeah, he's gonna just pull up to this. He's gonna catch these guys in the middle sector.
He's gonna catch
Like,
these guys so fast. It is nuts.
he's gonna catch them in the middle sector and then lose 3 more seconds to terms because they're gonna go side by side to the fast right-hander.
That's...
I don't know. Angry Shadow caught these guys.
Yeah.
That's how bad they've been battling, and he's just gonna plop up right behind him in the middle sector. And
Benzo's
be
already
3 seconds a
2.5
lap
seconds
quicker.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at this middle sector. Oh my god, the grip that he has.
Yeah, he's just so much faster than them.
This is
Like,
abuse.
he's got to get this move done.
Bouncy with
He's got to
another
get
3
this move.
second. Nearly sent it down the inside, getting impatient on Angry there.
Jake and Jim getting close. It's gonna be tight between these two. They're on the exact same. They've literally done this the whole race. They've been in the exact same battery percentage. Yeah, Toast is gonna get this move
Weird.
done on Angry Shadow pretty easily.
It's kind of weird how how
Similar they've been.
Yeah, everyone has the same battery. Everyone in their groups have the same battery.
Yeah, Toast has. Yeah, I still don't get. I'm still just questioning this call. And he has a 3-second time pen.
I mean, I guess he's gonna get P4. I don't think he's catching terms. He doesn't have enough time to.
Benzo's catching terms a bit, but yeah, he doesn't have enough time. If he had no cars in front of him, he'd have enough time. But he's got to overtake these guys.
Now he has to
And
overtake
clearly they don't
Bouncy
wanna,
and Nathan.
Yeah, and clearly they don't want to race smart, so they're gonna battle him. And yeah, I don't know. Like, look, it's like he's got a rope. They have gravitational pull.
Yeah,
Like, he's just that much faster.
like Chazzy was saying in chat, it's like
Yeah,
they're being
being
pulled.
pulled towards them.
Oh, what a send! What a move! Oh my
Like, yeah,
god,
it
the
was a fantastic
grip!
move. And Terms is actually not moving. He's going super slow right now. He might catch Terms. He's not gonna pull 3 seconds. On him,
Wait,
though,
Jim
with that
just
3-second
Jim just
time
gained
pen.
a 1.5 on Jake.
Yeah, that's huge.
18 seconds to terms, by the way, from the top two. They have a
Yeah, Terms
pit
is
stop
so slow now.
distance.
Okay, I might sound stupid now. This strategy might work.
He's now cooking. He is now cooking. He is up into P5.
I don't know why Terms is so slow. Terms lost 4 seconds to Benzo. And like 15 to the, or not 15, but like a lot to the guys ahead. I don't know why he's
Oh,
so slow
man.
now.
Did we just
I
Did we
still don't
just
like this
Ferrari
strategy. I don't
Did we think this was Ferrari, but it's actually a Mercedes strategy?
think it is because he's still got to pass. He's still got
He's
to make
already
up 7
there on
seconds.
Benzo. He's
Yeah,
already
gotta
on
make
his
up 7
bum.
seconds to him. There's no place. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
He's lifting. I can hear it.
Yeah.
I think he'll send it down the main straight. I don't think he'll make a move.
He's gonna have 2 laps to pull 7 seconds to terms.
Oh no. Please tell me you get DRS Toaster. This is going to be the most Ferrari. Okay, there we go. I thought he did get DRS for just a slight second. All
That would
right.
have been hilarious. Three
Now,
laps. Can he pull 7.5 seconds?
this is gonna be close. He has to pull 3 seconds and then another three.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah.
It's not 7 seconds because you still have to pass that person and then make the 3 seconds. So
Yeah,
it's
he was 3.5 behind, and then he's
oh
gonna
yeah,
get
he's already two
three.
point
Yeah,
five.
it's not. Yeah, I don't. He did pretty good flying through there, but he doesn't
he
even have fastest lap, does he?
no, not
No.
yet.
So,
He okay. So he did what? He got from P8 to P4 in 3 laps, 4 laps. That's not giving himself
four
enough
laps.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he made pretty
He could have.
decent move.
Yeah, he's made some good moves. If he just pit 2 laps earlier, he would
1.6,
have been fine.
1.5.
Oh yeah, look at this. Look at this. Jake Laser and Jim. Battlefield. Oh my God.
Oh my
Full
god.
lap car. Full
Oh,
lap car.
that's Turb! That's Jake Laser Terms! That's Jake Laser! Jake Laser now
Why did
has
that happen?
P2, now lost P2, Terms has P2, Toast is in P3, all because of Normbash. Normbash has lost Jake Laser a podium
Oh,
finish.
oh, Jake Laser's just gonna. Jake Laser is going. Yeah. Oh my God, he's gonna be.
I'd be livid. On the third to
Oh, he's
last
gonna be so
lap, I'd
pissed.
be livid.
Oh, he's gonna be so pissed. Why is Normbash there?
Why is he still in front of Jim? Or why is he still in front of Jim?
He's on soft tires, so Normbash caught them. He wasn't getting lapped
Oh my god.
because Normbash had DRS.
Terms is now getting passed by Toast. Toast is making a move for P2. He's going around the outside and he made it stick before the braking zone. Toast is in Ferrari. He is on a Mercedes. He is on a podium. He's in a Mercedes. What a strategy call from Toast. What a race finish from
Lost.
Toast.
I'm damn confused how Terms has lost 19. He was only like 12 or 13 seconds behind Jim. They're on the same tires, and now he's 19 seconds behind. What is this race? Why is Normbash taking out? Jake was a 10th behind Toast. I'm guessing. Toast actually, or Jim was lapping Normbash. Normbash held him up because Jim was way ahead of Jake, and then suddenly Jake was just a 10th behind.
I think I got on board with them right at the
I got
perfect
on.
moment.
Yeah,
I
so did
got
I.
on
Clipped it.
board where Jim was at the front of the two. Jake and Normbash were side by side coming at the exit, and Jake, I think, just got on the curb and slid left. He just
No,
turned left.
Normbash just hit him.
I don't know if he slid or if he hit him, but like he just turned left on the straight. Oh man.
Why, yeah, but the whole thing is, why is Normbash there?
Yeah, that's fair. Why is Normbash there?
He shouldn't be in terms. Just okay. Um,
Well,
yeah,
on
terms
other
just
words,
terms just gave Benzo a podium. Like literally just handed it to him.
yeah. We have now Toast in P2. He's just about to get out of that 3 second range, but the person behind him is the 3 seconds, so it really doesn't matter. But Terms got a 3 second, and he's just in front of the 3 second window. If Benzo can stay in that 3 second, he will get that. But Jim Just Rage takes the win of the race by a comfortable margin. Jim wins the Hungarian Grand Prix. Congratulations to Jim Just Rage, keeping his podium finish streak and winning in Hungary. Toast coming in P2. Terms coming in P3. Gonna be P. It is staying P3 because
Yeah,
Benzo finished P4, 3 tenths behind the 3 second window. Nathan finishes P5. Angry Shadow finishes P6. Nicky G in P7. Bouncy going all the way down to P8 after all of his penalties were added up. Marmo finishing P9. John Does Work finishing P10, rounding out our points finishing positions. And his teammate Homer just outside in P11. So in P12. Gonna finish it out strong for the end of the race. Great Ace finishing P13. Midnight going P14, letting Normbash pass at the final lap. And I just want to see real quick who has the fastest lap. It's going to be John Does Work. So he's going to be getting 2 points with an 18.9. Great lap. Faster than anyone by a good 7 tenths.
yeah. Terms had so much more pace. He just wasn't using that whole time.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
I don't get
He
it.
just had so much pace. Like he didn't even lose. He only lost like a second and a half to tires that were like 19 laps older than his on the last lap. And so, why did he not use that pace? Okay. Yeah, that was an interesting race.
Interesting race to say the least.
And
Jim,
I predicted
where did Jim
I
right?
predicted Jim was gonna win. I
Yeah,
predicted that.
you did. Where did Jim start?
Fifth.
Of course he started fifth, and he finished 18 seconds in front of the next car. Nuts. Great performance
I
from
mean,
him.
Jim
Jeez.
is having just a fantastic season. I mean, I don't think he was gonna win that race. I don't think he should have won that race. Um, but he
Insane.
still was gonna be second by 18 seconds. And
Insane.
but that's just how it goes. I mean, Norm Bash just completely just.
Yeah.
I need to watch that clip because wow, that was outrageous that he
We're
was
we're gonna
even
need
there
we're
as a.
gonna need a rewind on that one.
I got a clip of it. I'm gonna watch that clip, but I'm definitely gonna wait to see the incident submission for that.
Yeah, 100%.
You got to feel for Jake Laser, man.
You have to. It's
40.
so rough.
Okay, so that's why Toast was so slow. He's running 48.32 wings.
Oh, because he's on. Okay, makes sense.
Okay,
So
that makes sense why he was so slow. That's like 10 less rear wing than you should be running. But yeah, that was.
that was a great race. I absolutely enjoyed it to the max. Unfortunately,
I
we're not
just
gonna be able to do interviews. So
I just don't know what to say.
it that the second to last lap just made it so much crazier than it needed to be.
Like, why was Norbash there? Like, he
I don't
shouldn't be.
understand.
He's
Well,
yeah,
I gotta get to my race, so let's finish this
yeah.
stream out. Thank you for watching Tier 5. I hope y'all enjoyed. Like the stream if you haven't already. Subscribe if you also haven't already. Go watch Tier 4. Go watch Tier 3. Go watch every other tier. I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your Moose Day. Thank y'all so much. See y'all soon. Ciao.
Yeah. See ya.